Yeah. What it do? Yeah, it's your brother, man, from the motherland, coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one of that ROD pod. For those that don't know who I am him, Junns The NBIC. And of course, I represent the ROD. I want to give a shout out to you guys, to the YouTube family. I want to give a shout out to the ancestors, to the creators, and to all the Alkebulan kidnaps worldwide. This is for you. We are the Alkebulan kidnaps, and we want our land back. Round of applause for that. Yeah. Got up, it was a lot of things I was taking care of. I'm my still editing the podcast. My apologies. It seems like I gotta update my computer. My software is getting too slow for the amount of the amount of things that I've created. My Mac is just not strong enough. I gotta get a stronger computer. I'm looking into a Mac Studio that's gonna cost me around $1,500. Looking to purchase that and really, take this podcast and this social media and this content creation into new levels. You know what I'm saying? I just, like I said before, I just been putting things together. You know what I mean? Paying this, paying that, stacking here, stacking there, just a lot. But I wanted to touch on uh, Donald Trump allowing the South Africans to find refuge in America because, they're supposedly not being treated right in Africa. Um, there's a lot of people that's giving their opinions. Some people is saying all of that is a flat out lie. How can Europeans be treated? I'm not calling them no white Africans. Let's never disrespect the Holy Land, never disrespect El Kebulan and try to associate Europeans with the land. No, these are Europeans who migrated to Africa. Okay, all right. And as far as them being treated, neglected, and being violated, these are lies. According to people that's been living there for years, I have individuals saying, how can, Europeans be treated bad when they own 83 to 85% of the entire region of South Africa? How are you treated bad? What they don't like is is listen, what you guys are seeing here is not them being treated bad, it's them wanting to Christopher Columbus again, if that makes sense. Wanted to explore and come into areas where they can claim their own. Remember, the mass majority of these people that's living in those areas in El Kebulan, these people are the ones that's family invested into the mines, into the gold. So they're coming over here into the so-called ghetto to claim that back. And I had a whole conversation with the Wiz where, black people is complaining here in America, especially New York, because it's like, yo, you guys are coming into our space and now, your ideologies and your ways is interfering with our traditional customs and culture, et cetera, et cetera. And I had to let the Wiz know, it's like, but this is not our land. You can't want freedom, separation. You can't say you want your land back, but when these people are coming off your land and coming into your space, it's coming into your space. You can't say, well, you here now, you can't do this. No. Let all of them come. Listen, we should do a swap. Let all the Europeans all over the world that's in our land, in our area, let them come and bring them here and we'll go right back home. I'm cool with the swap. I'm cool with the swap. See, but we're not cool with the swap because we don't want we don't want to really leave America. We want America to leave us alone and also be accepted by them while they leave us alone. And that can never happen. Okay? So when you see that these people are coming to America, like Eddie Murphy, the question you gotta ask is, what is the real agenda? What's the reason for them? What's the reason for Trump writing an executive order allowing these people to find refuge here in America? That's the question that you gotta ask. What is the agenda? What's the reason? The reason, people, and the reason why Europeans put Trump in office, it has nothing to do with anything but one thing, is the survival and the long lasting of the white race. Europeans are realizing that they are becoming the minority here in America. They can't afford that. Because if they lose, because that's what the Constitution was written for, if they lose America, they have nothing. If they lose America, they have nothing. And that's the biggest fear. So they need to start bringing more of their own to come. It's a twofold that's gonna happen. They're gonna bring their own. They're gonna you know, bring the children, etc., and then they're gonna bring these people who already have an eye and a fetish for black women, and they're gonna make their way into the black communities. You know what I'm saying? Have you women fall for the fufu because you're gonna see Europeans speaking with a so-called African slang, like, "Oh, where are you from? Oh, I'm from South Africa. Oh, that's so beautiful. You're so different." Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. They're gonna talk all that foolishness, get you all wound up, get you all turned up. They're gonna do what they're gonna do, and then leave you by yourself carrying something that is not of you. That is a disrespect to your ancestors. I'm just telling you guys the truth. This is about survival. This has nothing to do about politics. You know what I'm saying? You're watching the changing of the hands. Okay? You're watching the changing of the hands. You're watching the rise of the Alkebulan kidnaps worldwide. The AKs are waking up, bro. The YGs are waking up. The young gangsters, the YNs, the young niggas. You know what I'm saying? The AKs are waking up. There's nothing you can do about this. This has nothing to do with religion. This has nothing to do with the big blows. This has nothing to do with anything outside of the Alkebulan kidnaps, courtesy of the ancestors, which is courtesy of the creators, which is courtesy of the Alkebulan deities that hover over us, the Oguns, the O'Sheas that's hovering over us. Remember, people, a lot of us is tapping into that. I'm seeing a lot of people, shout out to the sisters, that's literally making shrines in their homes, in their backyards, in their kitchens, and they're submitting themselves. They're giving the sacrifices, and sacrifices is not just animals. You can make sacrifice giving candy. You can make sacrifices giving water, giving juice, giving food. All the things that Abram told you not to do is what you're supposed to do. There's a reason why he told you not to do that. Okay? I want you guys to understand that. There's a reason why there's particular rituals that was purposely put in the Biblos to prevent you from ever doing that. From ever, you know, when I give you the Abram story, Abram was in the basement with his father Terah, and Terah had all these statues and this and that. Remind you, this is Africa, people. Listen, this is Africa, right? This is according to what these people are saying. This is Africa. So he came in there, seen shrines, seen this, seen that. Nimrod seen, you know, Nimrod had this and that. And they seen these things and they didn't like it. So they had to put it in the Biblos to make it, to demonize it. Like I said, anything that they can't have control over, they must demonize it. You see, they don't have control over Abraham Tori, they must demonize him. You see, when they didn't have when they didn't have control of Martin Luther King and all of these people, what do? They demonize them. This is what you guys are failing to realize. And I got to tell this to Mama Love. Mama Love, if you watching this and you seeing this, please understand. You have to hold Husa and start asking questions. Okay? The first question that I need you to ask is, if Solomon has 700 wives, why aren't we able to trace back the 700 women and children? Why aren't we? That's one. Where can we locate these bodies of these people? That's two. These people told you that they are hidden in caves, right? Hidden in the caves of Mumbri. In the caves of Mumbri, okay? They turned that joint into a goddamn studio slash club. So what are we talking about? Okay, you can't disregard. You can't say it's the church. Look at what's going on in the church. Da, 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 da. But the church is following the foundations of the book called the Biblos, which you're reading, and you're saying that this is about us. But if you're saying that this is an Alkebulan, right? You saying that the God that's in the Biblos is Tata Zambi and all of this. If you're saying that, then you must be able to prove that. Not listening to other people talking madness. You need facts. We can't survive off beliefs. Abraham Turi is not operating off beliefs. This is facts. This is what's going. The fact of the matter is, people are taking advantage. We need correction. This is the solution. Now we need protection. Holla at these Russian niggas. These are the facts. This is not a believe in this and look into the sky and sing kumbaya. I told you guys this before. Jesus' kingdom is here already. Whatever y'all guys are waiting for, thinking that something is going to redeem you, it's not going to happen because the kingdom is here already. It's been here. You guys are failing to realize that prophecy was prophesied 2,000 years ago, according to the Biblos, right? And according to the Biblos, 2,000 years later, the kingdom shall return. If you do the math from 2,000 years from when Jesus spoke to when the beginning of slavery and the conquering of Africa, Alkebulan, is 2,000 years. When he said that you will be persecuted for my name's sake, oh, you don't accept Jesus? Get rid of that. That's persecution. Wake up. He will have 10,000 angels flying. They're going to look like they're walking across the clouds. When you look from ashore and you look from far and you see a ship making its way, it looks like it's traveling on the clouds. That's where the kingdom came. Jesus' kingdom is all over the world. When the Bible said that every knee shall bow, every knee has bowed. When it says that he should speak to you in your language, he speaks to you in your language. You got black people saying, oh my gosh, Jesus. Haitians, Jesus. Oh, bonjour. He speaks to you in all your languages. We have to wake up. These are lies that's being told to us by the adversary, bro. And I don't know if these people subconsciously know or they don't know, but I'm here to tell you, listen, there's no chains around my neck. I broke that off. So now that I'm breaking it off, it's all hell breaking loose because now I'm mad. And I'm mad because these people has been playing us and they've been playing us for way too long. And you're wondering why we're still weak. What's weak? We're spiritually weak because you're still calling on their gods. You're still reading their books. You're still following their customs. That is not an Alkebulan custom. Go look into history. Put the Biblos down and go look down history. Go down the Alkebulan history. You will see that we never was doing no feast days. There was no such thing as Sabbath day. None of these days. These people in the land don't even know what's going on. They got people right now saying Sabbath is Wednesday. We got people that are saying Sabbath is Thursday. We got people that are saying it is Sunday. It's complete chaos. And the chaos is because the story that was given unto you by chaotic men and women. Put it down. This is why they're doing what they're doing. You're giving these people way too much credit, way too much power. You're putting these people on a high pedestal and it's like you want to catch up to the Joneses. Nah, these people are beneath you. If you see in your mind that these people are beneath you, everything that they're teaching, everything that they say is beneath you. And this is no disrespect. I'm just telling you, this is the approach that you must take. And when you are on that path, people, when you're on that path of finding the facts, to find out who you are, You have to put everything on the table. You can't just be believing a mystical story. That's the same mystical story that's told in the Hebrew Israelites, the same mystical story that's told to the Christians, the same mystical story that's told to the Islams. Don't you see the three prominent dominant races of the world are the ones that uphold the three Abrahamic religions? European Arabs, and what do all of them have in common? They all of them have complete control through slavery over you, Alkebulan. And every time you get on your knees and you call on Allah, a new oil pops up and they get richer. Every time you call on Allah, a new building skyrise is built in Dubai. Every time you call on Yah and Yahweh, you start they build more and more buildings in your community. They dropping bombs in areas. It's because you're giving them that spiritual power while you are being spiritually depleted. Okay? And we're running around. Like I said, we're running around claiming that the Bible is a colored man's book, but nobody can prove absolutely nothing. They're gonna give you the maps. They're gonna say, look, it's here. I can show you this and this. Forget all that, bro. Show me the manuscripts, bro. I need to see the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? If somebody says that I'm not a rat and the world is saying that you a rat, what's the only thing you can do? You have to provide the paperwork. What are we doing here? You know what happened is because religion puts you in a state of delusion. You're not standing on facts. You're not standing on principles, morals. You're living your life off assumptions, beliefs, and insertions. What are we doing here? I really get frustrated when I see these things because these things are literally affecting our people all over the world, bro. And this is the ancestors doing what they doing to remove such people away from us, guys. You understand what I'm saying? They're removing such things away from us. This is the ancestors that's doing this, bro. This is the ancestors that's doing this. This is not no Ascendancy. That's lies. Ascendancy kingdom is right now. His kingdom is right now. He came to destroy, which he did. He came to divide, which he did. He came to wreak judgment on the earth, which he did. It was prophesied 2,000 years ago, and it came into tuition. The book of Revelation is fully completed. Fully completed. Fully completed. But you guys are believing, like I said, you guys are believing a mystical lie, bro. All of these things has been completed. All of these things has been done. It's done. Wash your hands. It's done, bro. It's done. So while you sitting here waiting for something to come from the sky, they're literally enhancing the genocide while you're waiting for something in the sky. Why are you waiting? You guys don't even understand if you're really waiting for somebody to come through the skies and really do some miracle things, you first got to do the miracles here. There's no niggas moving mountains. There's no black person that's righteous enough to open their doors to a homeless man, say, yo, come here, let me get you situated, dress you up, this. We all living in a state of fear. Who is this man? He might have disease. He might have COVID. He might do this. He might do that. We in that state of mind. And then now you're telling me that something is coming to save you? You're not even righteous enough to be saved. I repeat, you're not even righteous enough to be saved. If you think that something is coming to save you, you should at least want to be righteous enough to be saved. We're not righteous enough to be saved. We're not. We're not. Religion has divided us all the way. Religion has made brothers and sisters be in a space of confusion. We're in a space now where it's like either you accept this or you can't be around us. Or if you don't like what I'm teaching, then you can go somewhere else. Oh, bye. Off that. See you later. See, I know why my censorship is going on. Why aren't you? Where's your censorship? I know why my censorship is going on because I'm tackling the very control. I'm going against the machine. I'm going against the machine. You are upholding the machine. These people are upholding the machine. I'm going against the machine. because I know that the machine is literally in front of us to prevent us from ever tapping into who we are. The Abrahamic religion is not Alkebulan, people. I repeat, the Abrahamic religion is not Alkebulan, people. This is a infused, enforced, satanic, Luciferian, European religion created by Constantine and others to then be forced upon the land and have you guys worshiping, getting down on your knees to follow Jesus, because the kingdom of Jesus is here now. And I'm sorry that I went off topic, but sometimes I like these things really be bothering me because I see what I be seeing and I see stuff. And I'm not just saying Mama Love, it's just a lot of people that would demonize Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Look, you know, point out the mockery that goes on in Christianity. But then it's like you're showing the mockery that goes on in Christianity, but yeah, you are upholding a different version of Christianity, which is not connected to anything Alkebulan. And your source to believe this is a man that don't speak the language. Don't speak the language. And when the Mandem was there to convert them to Jesus. Same thing that they doing now. I can't make this stuff up, boy. I cannot. I speak to every time I speak to Alkebulan, they tell me the same thing. Yo, if you come in with this religion, all types of religion was brutally forced on the people. No, nobody. Listen, if something was the word of God and this was a custom and that was our culture, we would not lose it. We would not lose it. The reason why we're selling this, we lost our identity. You know where that came from? That came from the Hebrew. That came from the Hebrew Israelites. They the ones that came up with this nonsense. You should be discontinued from thy heritage. We was never discontinued from. You became discontinued from thy heritage when you started following Christianity. When you started following the Abrahamic religion, this is when you become disconnected from that heritage. That's not a single Alkebulan person, especially though that's a high believing God. There's not a single Alkebulan person that can trace back anything outside of what the slave master told them. Can't. No, not only can they not, but they choose not to because they don't want to. They want to stay right here with the madness. They want to stay right here with the belief, because with the facts comes a responsibility not too many of us want to take on. Because taking on that responsibility means taking change, means looking at your friends a certain way, means looking at your boss a certain way, means looking at the world a certain way, a way that you wasn't prepared to look at it that way, right? You want to look at it as we're gonna endure to the very end and somebody's gonna redeem us. That's how you want to look at it. No, no, you need to look at it how the factual is. Jesus came, he saw, he conquered. He told his apostles to go out into the four corners, preach the doctrine, and then the end shall come. When Jesus reached the four corners of the earth, then the end shall come. The end of what? The end of their reign. This is why you see Trump is what he's doing now. They got to gain back some level of control because the end is here. The end of what? The end of the Abrahamic religion, the end of Judaism, the end of Christianity, the end of Jesus' kingdom is the end of that. And they know that. But because you believe that when you hear the word end times, something is going to crack through the skies. A great judgment is going to hum. A man sitting on the throne, looking at everybody, saying, the books are open. You shall enter into the kingdom of Sunni, and then you are going to hell. And these are lies. Lies. Nothing is gonna come. Nobody's gonna sit on the throne. The only people that's gonna sit on the throne is the one that the ancestors choose to be the king of the Alkebulan. Right now, applications is being sent in. Okay. Right now, applications are being sent in. Okay. Whether it's me, whether it's Abraham Torre, whether it's anybody that's standing with the ancestors, acknowledging the creators, not the creator, not him, not the father that was put in there by the Orsinian family to give reference to the Pope. Okay? That's why you can't find the word father in the Old Testament. You can only see it in the New. Why? Because it was interjected. Make it make sense. I can go on and on, round and round. And then if you thinking that I'm lying, that what I'm saying is to be capped, right? How you know that the word father was infused and interjected? When you read the book of Paul, all you hear is God, the Lord, and Father. And our Lord and Savior in the name of our Father. You understand? It's the same manuscript. Okay? Wake up. It's right in front of you, people. It is right in front of you. It is right in front of you. The end times is when the end of the Abrahamic religion. That's the true end times. That's the only end times. The people don't want it. The Alkebulans don't want it. The real people that don't want it. And I'm starting to see that the people that's still holding on to the madness, and this is no disrespect to Mama Love, this is the people that's holding on to the madness or the elderly. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? You reach this part of time in your life, and it's like you don't have the energy to go back into going back into the archives to find out the facts. I get it. I understand it. But at least do yourself that common courtesy and look and try to trace your ancestors. See what your ancestors was doing before Christianity. See what your ancestors was doing before slavery. We talking about 1200 BC. We go look to that history. You can find that history if you speak to the right people. Because the knowledge of who we are is still on the land. I speak to the people all the time. Every time I speak to an Alkebulan here in New York, they tell me the same thing, bro. They tell me the same thing. And not only are they telling me the same thing, they said, yo, it's about time we had somebody like Abraham Tory step up and do what they doing. Brothers and sisters want complete detachment from these people. And when I mean detachment, I mean everything, bro. That's including their religion. They gave that to you. No black person can trace any way, shape, or form of us speaking, dealing, living prior to what they told us. Niggas is pulling out maps that they illustrated. Niggas is writing out names that they put together. They are the ones putting it together. These are Roman, remember, these are Roman army men, soldiers, etc. Okay? They are very strategic. Before they engage, they must strategize. They start off, when you listen, I tell you guys this all the time. Whenever you see a European in your space, in a black space, just know they are being observant, taking notes to bring back to whoever brought them there. Okay? And they was reporting back to the Roman, to the English. They was reporting back to the French, to the Spaniards. And like I told you before, the reason why Congo is suffering more than any other region in Alkebulan is because King Alfonso was the man that bought the devil, the bite, the bite, the venom from the vampire, that bite. King Alfonso brought it to the land, and he has been suffering ever since. The ancestors still haven't taken their foot off the neck of the Congo. Still, till this day. And it's because they bought that nonsense over here. He was the pioneer to the fufu. So now he got the ancestors got to make sure everybody there remains cuckoo. That's what you're seeing. I know. Like I said, I know it's a tough thing to process and digest, but I'm here to tell you guys the facts. Not no truth. There's no truth on this earth. We standing on facts. We standing on facts. The Great Walls in the Kingdom of Zimbabwe has absolutely nothing to do with Jerusalem and all that bullshit. It had nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing. There was no borders, fringes of borders of blue, none of that. Pure lies. All these things that you see in all these videos and stuff like that, this is the doctrine that came to South Africa in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Albert Christian. I'm gonna keep saying it over and over again. You see, your teachers won't explain to you who Albert Christian is. They will not explain to you who that is. They will not explain to you who Frank Cherry is. They will not explain to you who William S. Crowdy is. They will not explain it to you. Because if they explained that to you and they told you what that was, you now would sit there and have to question the very thing that you're being told. Okay? Nobody was keeping that. The Benin Kingdom, I bet this is when they really started opening my eyes. I said, wait, hold on. The Benin Kingdom, the Benin kingdoms and the Zimbabwe kingdom and the kingdom of Mali and all these kingdoms. How come it doesn't tie in with the Biblos? Hold on, wait. You told me the Biblos is the Alkebulan book, right? You showed me the locations. Look, the name change. All right, cool. All right, all right. Let me go look into the Benin Kingdom. Start really looking into what they believed in, et cetera, et cetera. Was they keeping laws? Was they doing this? Was they doing that? They wasn't doing none of that. They wasn't keeping no laws. They was just, I mean, of course, you being righteous. You know what I'm saying? You have your natural rules and regulations according to the universe. Of course, we was keeping that, and of course, we was going off. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't supposed to be killing each other. We were supposed to be fighting each other. But ego kicks in, drugs, alcohol, women kicks in. Fights happen. It happens. It happens. But we fell off, right? We fell off when we started dealing with their captain. When we started dealing with the napkin. When we started taking that and wiping up our bodies. And it really got bad for us when we took the books and we started reading it. William S. Crowdy, Frank Cherry, Albert Christian. Ever since I brought out the Albert Christian, they have removed Albert Christian from the internet. You will have to do your in-depth, thorough studies about Albert Christian, who came from Philadelphia, who was taught, right? Who was the predecessor to William S. Crowdy. And his job, his mission was to go to South Africa. Not go to West Africa, not go to North Africa, not go to East Africa. I want you to go to South Africa because around that time, this is when the apartheid, this is when the French, this is when the Europeans, I believe they made the apartheid in 18 something, 1811, 1813. He came there 1890 something, early 1900s. He came there to put the icing on the cake, put the nail in the coffin. And he done that. And I was teaching that. And I was teaching that until I found out that that's not accurate. Until I found out that this was another lie. Another web of lies that's literally keeping us here in this condition. I asked all the Hebrew. I said, yo, bro, you guys know all these scriptures. You know all these precepts. But nobody has yet to move mountains. Nobody has yet to heal people. Nobody has yet developed the power that when I touch you, you are healed. So what are you reading all these scriptures for? Because you're reading it to just show the world that you're just this super intelligent, I know more doctrine than you do. That's what it is. This is all about feeding the ego. We know that these things ain't real. You know that ain't nobody coming to redeem you. You know that. This as a black man, just as a black person that's been alive for as long as you've been alive, that's been your mother been alive, your grandmother, your grandfather, your great grandmother, everybody knows logical sense. If I'm looking into the sky, what big object can come from the sky? Can you honestly think that a big ass a kingdom is gonna rise down and make his presence? Doom. I am here, and all you niggas is going to be judged today. You honestly believe that? That kingdom that you waiting for is here, and I'm gonna keep saying it until you could prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me that this is not the kingdom of Jesus. Whether you call him Jesus or Yashaya or Yeshua or Messindisi, tell me that this is not the Savior's kingdom. Who did Jesus really come to save? He said, I come not, but for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Who's the Israel? Oh, don't listen to these black people. Tell the black people sit down. They claiming Israel. They can't even know which part of Africa they were stolen from, but they're gonna override that and go straight into Israel. Come on, man. Where? Okay, you in Israel? Where in Israel? Where? It's a big place. North, south, east, west. Where? Show it to me. Oh, you're gonna show me a map that was put together by them too, right? Stop. Sit your ass down. Nobody can prove absolutely nothing. The only thing that we can prove, and the only thing that we know for a fact, is that we was kidnapped and we want our goddamn land back. That's it. That's it. The only thing that we know is the fact that we've been calling, praying, following, worshiping, getting on our knees for this very religion, and our family died. There was no healing in the name of Jesus. There was no long life, everlasting life in the name of Jesus. Jesus said you will never see death. We seeing death every single day, every single night. Somebody is dying. Somebody's crying. And what do everybody have in common? Jesus is their hearts. Jesus told you, I am with you forever and ever. And you guys thought that you guys thought that he was talking about some spiritual belief. No. That man is with you forever and ever. Every time you walk around with a cross on your neck, he's with you forever and ever. Every time you got a face of a Jesus peace on you, he's with you forever and ever. Every time you got a cross on your desk, in your car, in your backyard, wherever, he's with you forever and ever. His kingdom is here. His kingdom is here. Diddy believed in Jesus. In the Biggie album, in the beginning of You're Nobody to Somebody, Unalive You. When you listen to that song, in the beginning, your man Diddy says, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I should fear no evil. Now look where he's at. Prince Charles, what do he do? Elizabeth, right? Heathen Elizabeth, what did she believe in? Huh? All these religions, all these people that's dying, that's being put on trial, what do they believe in? They believe in the Abrahamic religion. Yeah. Don't associate the Abrahamic religion with Alkebulan. Don't associate that with the creators. Don't associate that with the creators. Put it down. Leave it alone. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. If you guys really want the facts, join the movement. Join the research. We trying to uncover. Shout out Black Girl Magic. Shout out to I forgot my other sister name and I forgot my other brother name. The individuals that's literally out there like, yo, bro, look at this. Shout out to my brother Biz, man. Yo, bro, look at this. Yo, look what I found. Yo, look at this. 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 Yo, if I show you how my DMs be every day, you guys were thinking that I be lying. If I show you how my DMs are every day when it comes to social media. Okay? If I show you my DM, I don't want to put people's I don't want to put people's usernames on the internet without their consent. But every day, whether it's on the Junns The NBIC or it's on the ROD, I'm receiving information like, yo, look, sharing, share this, talk about this, etc., etc. It's just so much going on. It's very hard for me to really, pinpoint because it's just so much. It's like, damn, do I talk about this? Do I talk about that? And then when I come home, I'll be tired. I'll be exhausted. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my shower, and then I'm gonna hit them with that, I'm gonna hit them with that Alkebulan kidnap power. And that's what we doing. But I say all that to say this, people. Trump is bringing these people back to the land for survival. Okay, the end time is really here. They're not gonna go away without a fight. Okay, I remember back in 2003 when YouTube first came out. I remember them being a European, and they was speaking amongst each other, or they was doing an interview, and he let it be known. He said, listen, we will never, and I repeat, never, ever give up our position without a fight. We will destroy the entire world before we do. And they doing that. The only reason why things ain't kicked up yet is because they're still building their undergrounds, the Buckners, the gardens that could grow underground. They're trying to make literally like beautiful living underground. And once that is completed, then they're gonna start the you know what. And when that happens, like I said, nobody is stronger than the creators. Nobody can overpower Mother Nature. The earth is on the Alkebulan kidnap side, and they know that. And the earth is going to do massive destruction, and they know that. Okay? Because we are the Alkebulan kidnaps, and we want our goddamn land back, and that's a damn fact. For those that don't know who I am, I'm him, Junns The NBIC, the brother man from the motherland that don't give a damn and ain't keeping nobody's goddamn commands. Are you dumb or are you dumb? And I'ma holla. One.